Hey you guys, what's poppin'? Justin here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing a kind of story time, but kind of more like an experience video. As you guys could tell from the title, this is how I survived my abusive relationship. This is gonna be a little more serious. You guys know, with story time and me telling y'all about like my situations, I love to have a good time with y'all, and we be cracking jokes. And actually not, because I be dead ass sometimes and y'all just think it's funny. Y'all take me as a joke, but whatever. But this one is gonna be like a little more on a serious note, because I know it's a lot of people out there who are in relationships and don't even recognize that they are abusive relationships, and that's what this kind of video is about. I just want to make a disclaimer that no, I wasn't getting beat the shit out of. I didn't have black and blues. I wasn't, looking crazy. Well, actually I was looking crazy, but for a different reason. I just wanted to let people know that it doesn't have to be that extreme for it to be an abusive relationship, for you to be in a relationship and experience abuse. One of the conversations I had with the person, because we spoke after this, we actually spoke early last year or middle of last year, and we were like kind of talking about it, and he doesn't consider like an abusive relationship because he wasn't beating the shit out of me, and we're both boys, and boys are aggressive and all this crazy stuff. And I know in the gay community, I know in life in general, this is a normal thing where people don't take accountability for their abuse that they've given to another person. In the gay community especially, it's very normalized to fight your boyfriends or the guy you're talking to, or go through like little cute shit like that. Like, oh my god, my boyfriend crazy, like he's gonna kill me, like he'll smack the shit out of me. And it's just like, that's a problem. If you have a boyfriend who will literally put their hands on you because they're mad, basically, then that's the issue. Like I said in my last video, like, guys like find it so cute how, and girls too, like when a guy calls his phone and be like, stop effing playing with me, I'll come over there and beat the shit out of you right now, and the girl's just there like, stop, like, like, stop. That's not cute. At least for me, it's not cute. This is about like how I recognized I was in an abusive relationship and how I got out of it, and the emotions that I went through during, before, and after. So boom, we just gonna get started. Okay, so I had this boyfriend, and if you guys are like my OG subscribers, you guys know I kind of did a story time about him. He was the stripper in the I dated a stripper story time. The way that me and the stripper met was, so I had a boyfriend of like a year and a half. I was maybe with that ex from like 16 to 17. Yeah, like 16 to 17, going on 18, and I was with this boy from when I was 17 to 18. Or 18 to 19. I don't know. Honestly, it was around those years, though. Me and my ex-boyfriend broke up for a stupid-ass reason. It wasn't even for no reason. Like, we just broke up for one reason. And I thought he would come back to me in the next week, but lo and behold, he didn't. And, I started dating other people. So, me and the stripper met, and the first day we chilled, it was perfect. Like, we was into each other, everything was good, whatever the case may be. Maybe into like 2 weeks of dating the stripper, like seeing him casually, I was still talking to my ex, because I just broke up with this guy, and now he knows I'm with somebody else or dating somebody else. So now he coming back around and trying to talk to me or whatever. And in hindsight, I really regret not taking my ex back and choosing the stripper over my ex, because it was just like the grass wasn't greener. The grass really was not greener on the other side. One of our first arguments was the stripper found out that I was still talking to my ex and kind of gave me like an ultimatum. Like, listen, if you're going to talk to me, you cannot be talking to your ex. Like, what's it going to be? What's going on? And, me thinking that the grass is greener, I'm dating a stripper, I'm getting into the clubs, like, like, I'm young. It was a new experience, so I was like, let me take this new experience. So, boom. So I ended up not being with my boyfriend, being with the stripper, everything was good. So I had night classes, and I would go to school. I was working at H&M in Green Acres. I had night classes in downtown Brooklyn. So I would literally, like, I had to change my whole schedule around. So I would literally wake up at 6, go to work from 8 to like 12, or 8 to 1, one of the two. No, it was 8 to 2, or like 9 to 2. Actually, it was like 10 to 2. Regardless, I forgot the actual hours, but I would go to work really early in the morning, and then I would get out at 2 because I had a 2-hour commute to go to class. My classes was at 4. So I already had this tight schedule, and I was already dating this stripper, and you know, I wanted to be around him as much as I could because I was going to school and I was working. Like, I couldn't really like see him like how I would want to see him. So I would like keep my clothes at his house. Like, if it was 7 days in a week, girl, I was there like 5.5. Like, I was almost basically living there. Almost. Not really, but almost living there. So one of the first times that I recognized that this guy was very abusive, I don't even remember the argument. That's how petty it was. Like, it was just like a petty ass argument, and I don't know if he was arguing over weed. This is when I used to smoke, y'all. Yes, I used to be the only pothead, believe it or not. It's so crazy because people wouldn't believe that because I'm so anti-smoking now. But I used to be the only pothead. Like, the only. Like, I'm talking about coming into work smelling loud. Like, boom, I'm here. Like, so boom. I just remember we was arguing. It was a back and forth. It was so random. And I think with abusive, like, you know, verbally abusive stuff, this was like a verbally abusive situation. With verbally abusive stuff, it kind of hits you like a ton of bricks. Physical abuse too. Like, when it first happens, you're like, what just happened? Like, why are you upset? So I'm thinking we having like, you know, a petty back and forth. It wasn't that serious. I was laying on the bed, and he had said something, I said something back, and he said something, and we was just arguing. It wasn't even like a big argument, like, bitch, papa. It was like, girl, anyway, yeah, but anyway, da-da-da. This guy goes into the kitchen. He said, oh, what? He goes into the kitchen, takes a garbage bag, and starts putting my clothes in the garbage bag. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, well, you're gonna get the fuck out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there confused because I'm like, this is a joke. Like, I understand we having like a little argument, but are you serious right now? Like, what is going on? Like, why are you so upset? Oh, you're gonna get the fuck out right now. Ba 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 ba. Starts putting my stuff in the garbage bag and throws it in the hallway. Like, for the other neighbors to see and shit. I start crying because, like, it was, like, such a shock. Like, I feel like people who were in abusive relationships, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. Like, things just happen so fast. You don't have time to think. Like, so I start crying and I call my mom and I'm like, Ma, I can't believe this guy, he just put all my stuff. Because she knew I was dating him because I was staying there for, like, mad long. And I'm calling my mother crying like, Ma, I can't believe this. Like, he just threw all my stuff in the hallway. My mother's like, you need to get in a cab and come home right now. Like, yeah, take your stuff, just like how he packed it. Get in a cab and come home right now. Like, you do not need to be dealing with that. But subconsciously, for some reason, I didn't want to hear that. I feel like when you're in an abusive relationship and you kind of like ask for advice and you talk to people about it and you're like, what should I do? What's going on? The solution you look for subconsciously is to like not like, because what my mother told me was right. Like, she told me to leave, and that's exactly what I should have did. But I wasn't trying to hear that. I wanted to hear a solution where I could sustain the abuse, where I could stay in the situation but kind of make it better. Like, you know, but I was doing that subconsciously. Now looking back on it consciously, I realized that's what I was doing. But when my mother told me that, I was like I wasn't mad, but I was just like, I was like, all right, like, boom, boom, boom. Like, I didn't want to hear it. Because it was just like, I just didn't want to hear it. Like, I wanted to hear an answer of like, well, maybe you should talk to him, or maybe you should do this, or maybe you should do that. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. When the only answer is run. Like, literally, you got to get your stuff and run. Anyway, boom. So, I get off the phone with my mother. I look to him. He's in the room, just chilling, like if nothing happened. I'm sobbing my eyes, and I go and I grab my bag. And I'm thinking, like, is he really about to let me leave? Like, this is crazy. Like, what? Like, I didn't even do nothing. Like, what just happened? Like, and now I'm starting to, like, second guess myself and, like, things that maybe something that I played a part in. Like, what did I just do that was so bad? So I get my stuff and I get into the elevator. And I go down the elevator, mind you, with a garbage bag full of clothes. And I'm waiting in the lobby and I'm like, nah. Like, I'm like, okay, he has to be coming down. Like, he has to be coming down. So he don't come down. So I get in the elevator. I come back up. I peeked out the elevator to see, like, if he would come outside to check on me. Nothing. So I got out the elevator and I stood in the hallway, like, and I was just on my phone, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? Like, cause I don't want to leave. Like, what just happened? Like, it sounds so crazy. I don't understand. Like, toxic relationships really have this thing where you wanna go back, and like it's something about it that you cannot separate yourself from, which is the reason why now I haven't been in a relationship since, and I get turned off as soon as I feel any inkling of like toxicity, if that's a word. Any type of toxic energy, I just shut it out, because I know that toxic energy is contagious. It's like once you like somebody and y'all have y'all little toxic phase, it's like you hate to love them and love to hate them. Like it's so crazy, and that scares me. But anyway, so boom. Finally he comes out, me like a dummy sitting there, and he's like, get inside, like blah 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 blah. Like real crazy shit. Like I never thought I would be in this experience. Like I thought that I was raised right. I mean, I was raised right. I always was like, you know, I'm not gonna front, I was a little judgmental of people who stay in abusive relationships. Like, girl, I don't know how you do that, blah 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 blah. But it's like being through these situations that I'm about to tell you guys about, I get it, trust me. So then that happened and we was good. So that was the first sign of me realizing that I didn't even realize that at the time. But now that I'm talking about it, that was the earliest situation that I could remember that this guy was really toxic. So then the second situation was when it got physical. And when it got physical, again, like it just happened, like boom. Like, so the situation with this was boom. It was Halloween and it was raining this Halloween, and we were supposed to go to a Halloween party. So the plan was we was gonna go to his friend's house who lived in the Bronx, get ready there, and then head to the party. So his mom was dating this guy. Now let me tell y'all something about his mother. No disrespect, because I know he's gonna watch this, and I really don't want to make this like a disrespectful video. This is just my experience. So if he's mad about this, I don't know what to tell him. But anyway, his mom was dating this guy. His mom was just not my cup of tea. Like, he knew that, like, I really didn't, like, feel his mother like that. Like, I don't know, it was just something about his mother that turned me off. Like, she was very abrasive and aggressive, and not in a good way, because I feel like I'm abrasive and aggressive too, but I'm a good person. Like, I'm a nice person, like, you know what I'm saying? But she was just abrasive in a way that I just couldn't take it. Like, I just couldn't take. Like, her, I could not take her. Like, I really couldn't. One of the reasons why is this situation. So basically his mother was dating this guy, and I don't want to say his mother was a bum or anything, but his mother, you know, we all go through our struggles, whatever. So his mother was dating this guy, and basically she was using him like on some city girl shit, which I get, girl, get your coins, sis, you know what I'm saying? Make his pockets hurt. It's just like morally you should still be a good person when you're like on that vibe, you get what I'm saying? And you were older lady, you like 45, almost 50, or however old his mother was, like whatever. So let me tell you the story, because I feel like I'm talking in circles. So we in a car, boom. The guy came to pick us up because he was going to drop us off at my stripper boyfriend's friend's house. So he comes, he gets us, we in a car, and he's like, oh, we got to stop at the phone store real quick. I forgot what carrier it was, but whatever. We got to stop at the phone store real quick because I had got her phone and I got to pick it up. So she's hyped because she's about to get a phone. Like, she's like, oh my God, I'm about to get a phone. Mind you, she ain't even have a phone. She hyped, she about to get a phone. Like, yes, I'm getting a phone, da da da. We in the car, we driving. We park or whatever. They get out the car to go get the phone. Not even 5 minutes later, they get back in the car, and the mother is going off on him. Like, when I tell y'all, blacking on him, like, what the fuck? You got me the wrong phone. I didn't want this phone. Ba 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 ba. So in my head, I'm sitting there like, she got some fucking nerve. Like, bitch, how dare you? Like, you can't even afford to get your own phone. This guy that you dating is about to get you a phone, and you going off on him because it's not the right phone? Like, so I'm thinking, like, he's thinking the same thing. Like, oh my God, my mother's ODM, blah, 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 blah. Because morally, I just feel like that's common knowledge. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that this is how people really think. So he's basically like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we could go back. They didn't have the phone that you wanted. We could go back inside and you could pick out from the phones that they got there. But I had got you this phone because I thought this is what you would like. Da, da, da. She's like, what the fuck, what the fuck? They argue for like a good 2 minutes or whatever. And she decides that, of course, she decides that she's going to pick out from the phones that they got. So they get out the car, And I turned to him and I'm like, yo, not for nothing. Thinking that he's gonna be on my side with this. I'm like, yo, not for nothing, but how your mother's going off on him because he didn't get her the right phone? So he turns to me, and okay, so before I even say this part, one thing about me is I'm not good with insecure people. Like, I can't have insecure friends. I can't have insecure family members around me. I can't have an insecure boyfriend because for some reason my words cut like a knife, and people just always feel like whenever I say something, I'm trying to say it in a demeaning way, or I'm trying to say it in a way that's like, I think I'm better than you, or I think I'm better than them, and stuff like that. And it's really weird. I don't understand why, but actually I do understand why. It's because people are insecure. Because I would say something like endearing, like say it in a term of endearment, like, oh my God, like, so we can have a conversation, and you think that I'm talking like down on you or bad about you or down on a situation or bad about a situation, and it's so weird to me. But like I said, I only experienced that with insecure people. So I guess he felt like I was talking down on his mom for whatever reason. I don't know, but I wasn't. I was just basically saying that she was wrong. So he turns to me like, well, he should have got her the right phone. And I'm like, what? Like, now me and you about to have a problem because you my boyfriend, and this is how you really think this is right? Because we gonna have a problem. Like, so I'm like, what are you talking about? He should have got her the right phone. Yeah, he should have got her the right phone. Don't say you gonna do something and you don't do it, and then you do something else and blah blah blah. But I'm like, she can't even get herself her own phone. And so you see, now when I'm saying things like that, it's starting to cut because I'm saying things like that. Like, this is how he heard it. Your mother's a bum ass bitch and she can't afford to get her own phone. She needs to get a job because fuck that. Like that's what he heard. That's literally what he heard. But I was just literally saying like, yo, that's fucked up. Like, how your mother's going off on him like that? But honestly, I only said it to him because I would think that he would be on my side with this. Because like I said, I thought it was common knowledge. Like, anybody would think this. Like, I know I'm not bugging. Like, so me and him start having that argument. And like I said, he's hearing all that other shit that I'm not even saying. And I'm like, but that's like, what? You sound stupid. So now me and him is having like a argument outside of the situation. Like, I'm just like, you sound stupid because like, get out of here. Like, I wish somebody would tell me like, blah, blah, blah. So now we having like our own da-da-da. I feel like I sound crazy. But at this point, if you guys don't know my lingo with like da-da-da and boom and shit like that, welcome to my channel. So now we having that argument. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all, I don't even know what happened. I swear I don't even know what happened. All I felt was my head go like this. Boom. And I got smacked so hard. I've been in fights and I've never got smacked like that. Like, when I tell you this guy hit me so hard, like I said before, it just hits you. Like, what just happened? Like, we wasn't even arguing about like something that serious. This situation I specifically remember because he hit me. The other situation I didn't even remember, but we wasn't, it's not like, why are you hitting me? Like, why did you just hit me? And bitch, when I tell you he hit me hard, like, bitch, like, you know those type of hits where you like get hit and your head is like doom. I hit the window and my head went like boom 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 boom. Like, it hit like three, like bitch, like a pinball machine. Like, I hit the window and then I hit the other, like another side of the window. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck happened. That nigga just fucking donkey slammed me, like, bitch, like boom. And my head just was like boom 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 boom. And I'm like, what? Did he just smack me? So I didn't even think, and I grabbed him by his arms. Mind you, and you would have thought I was dating some big, brolic, military, abusive guy. This guy is literally like 5'1", little leprechaun looking boy, and a Gemini. Okay, let me tell you something. Geminis, y'all are toxic. Like, Geminis, I think everybody knows that Geminis is the worst sign. Like, Geminis is the worst, and then second is Cancer. Y'all are crazy. Is just like, oh my god, that's another video for another time. So boom, so after that I like grab him by his arms and like I kind of hold him down because I'm not gonna hit him, but I'm just like, are you crazy? Did you just hit me? Like, and he knew how important that was to me, of like me not tolerating no type of physical abuse. So when it happened, I was just like, I was shocked because I'm like, you know, like that we've had these conversations and you got the nerve to put your hands on me. That right there was the beginning of the end to our relationship. So after that happened, he was like, babe, stop, stop, I'm sorry. And then like I kind of got off of him, and then I just turned myself to the car, like it was so dramatic, as the rain is coming down, and I'm looking like, and I'm just listening to, like, I don't know, like a Mary J. Blige song just played in my head, and it was just like, no more drama. Like, and I was just sitting there like, I cannot believe, I was crying, everything, like, it was crazy. This guy has the nerve to turn to me and ask me, you hungry? Like, of course I'm hungry. Like, you just smacked the shit out of me. Like, this is why, before you argue with your man, you gotta make sure you eat, you're fully fed, you don't need nothing from him, because guys love saying that, like, oh, you hungry? Like, yeah, I'm mad at you. Yeah, I'm hungry, but I'm mad at you. Like, so, like, yeah, I want to eat, but don't talk to me. But I want a number 4, but don't talk to me. Like, it's just like they use that as a manipulative way to get to you. So, like I said, my ladies and my fellas, before you argue with your man, make sure you not hungry, because that will get you. And as soon as he asked me that, I was like, yeah, like. But on a serious note, after that, like, it was all downhill from there. Like, for some reason, for some weird reason, I ended up forgiving him. And we went to the party and acted like nothing happened. And again, that was another situation where, like, you know, you don't want to be the bearer of bad news. And I know this sounds crazy because you're the one that got hit. But, like, when I got hit, it was like, if I make this a big deal, I'm gonna ruin our plans, and I'm ODing, I'm exaggerating, I'm dragging it. It's not even that serious. Wow, but I hit you because, like, it's always, oh well, of course I'm gonna do that because we had a conversation after, like I told you guys before, and when I brought that up to him, he was just like, well, of course, like, I'm gonna get mad because you was talking about my mother, like that. Like, it was always an excuse about, like, why these situations happen. And it's like, there's no excuse for abuse, period. Like, no excuse for abuse. I need to actually put that on a shirt, like, no excuse for abuse. So of course I started cheating. Now, I was very young and I didn't know how to leave a situation because I okay, let me explain to you guys why I cheated. One, I was in an abusive relationship, but I liked him, and I knew if I was to leave him, like, I would really hurt him in the worst way. I also was very young. I was 17, 18, like, I was so young. I didn't realize that at that time, like, it would have been better if I left him than staying with him and cheating on him. So before, though, I got to cheating, there was another situation that happened that was like sign number 3 of, like, the abuse for me. Everybody knew we were dating. Like, we was like kind of, we wasn't big, but everybody in the scene in New York knew that we were dating. We were like kind of like a popular couple for like a little minute. And I remember this other porn star boy. It's always the porn stars that are coming at me. I don't understand why. But you know what's so funny? I seen this boy too at the club, and he was like, oh my god, hi, I know you. I was just like, okay, whatever. Anyway, this one porn star boy was arguing with my ex on Facebook, and I remember it was mad late at night. I was asleep because I had work the next day, and he was arguing with him on Facebook, and they was arguing about me, saying how, well, the boy was saying like, oh, your boyfriend is mad skinny, he look like he need a burger, do you even feed your man, because your man is looking hungry, like, da da da. I don't know if he was embarrassed of me. I don't think he was embarrassed of me because I was never ugly, but I was very skinny. I know you guys are like, oh look, he's putting on weight, which I'm proud of, but it's just like, I was so thick skinny, and I loved my skinny body. I never, honestly, y'all, not for nothing, I never was like an insecure person when it came to my looks. Like, I never thought I was ugly. Like, you know, I had family that always told me I was cute, and you know, and I believed that I was cute, like, you know, so I never went through insecurities until I got with this guy. And I loved my body. This man, it was one time I came to his house from work, and he had like 3 nutriments lined up for me, and I hate nutriment. Nutriment is so nasty. And he's like, oh, I got you these. And I'm like, you got me these for what? Like, what's this about? He's like, oh, you need to drink these because you look so much better if you have weight on you, like, because you too skinny. And I remember that was literally the next day. Like, when I had woke up in the morning, I went to work, and he got me those nutriments. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right. Like, I am too skinny, like, da da da. And I don't know why I didn't realize it before, but that's another form of abuse. And whenever I talk to him about it, because when I talked to him about it before, and I told him, he doesn't see that as abuse. For him, abuse is, oh well, I didn't beat the shit out of you. We wasn't fighting every day. Yeah, I put my hands on you, but da 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 da. But he doesn't realize that abuse comes in many different forms, which he all did. He verbally abused me, mentally, fucking physically, like it was all together, and he doesn't realize that that played a part in me cheating and me just not being happy with him. Like, he would just argue with me every day. If I didn't do something for him, it was always an argument. Then he just didn't like how skinny I was. I was too skinny and I needed to drink Nutriment. And then on top of that, like, he already felt like I used to talk down on him. Like, it was just a mess, a literal mess. But all of that played into when I started cheating. Well, I cheated once, and it was with one of his coworkers, his stripper coworkers. I know it's so bad. I know. But I was young, like I said, and not for nothing, I tried my hardest, okay, to not cheat on him. And it's like, I just couldn't take it no more. Like, I just started caring about my self-worth and my happiness. Like, I was tired of the petty arguments. So when I had cheated on him, and I am gonna say my side too, because I'm not just gonna make this like my abusive story and just say everything he did wrong. I am gonna take accountability in me not leaving and me like staying in a situation. But I did cheat, and it was one of his coworkers, and I remember I went over to the other stripper house, and I told him, I said, "You not gonna tell my man, right?" And not for nothing, he was like, "No, why would I say anything? I'm not gonna say nothing. Don't worry about it." Da, da, da. Mind you, I didn't know that him and my boyfriend had beef. I guess they had beef. I didn't know that though. So, I went over there. We chilled, and the next day I'm at work and I get a phone call, and my boyfriend called me, and he like, "Yo, did you sleep with da da da?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So now I'm nervous, I'm sweating. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, da da da. He's like, "Please just tell me right now if you cheat on him, because I don't want to look stupid on Facebook," like da 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 da. I'm like, "But what are you talking about? How would you look stupid on Facebook?" He's like, "Because they making statuses and blah 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 blah, saying this, that, and the third, making all these claims." So I'm like, "What?" I'm gonna call you back. So I hung up, I get on Facebook. This boy and all his friends are making a mad post about me. Like, basically, like, "I took your man, I was chilling with your man, I had your man, blah 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 blah," making memes of me, saying that he chilled with me, and then on top of that, making posts like coming at me like, "Oh, your man is busted," like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I got set up. I got set up. This was a setup. This is so obvious. Like, this boy was plotting on my boyfriend and got to me, and me like a dummy, I fell for it. Like a dummy, I fell for it. It's like the scene in Baby Boy with Jody and Yvette's coworker. You know what I should have did what Jody did? I should have just walked out. But girl, it was just a mess. So I'm like, oh my god. Like, mind you, I was supposed to go to his house that day too. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to deal with this. What am I gonna do? So I get there or whatever, and I meet him outside his building. He didn't even let me come inside. I meet him outside his building. He's like, "What's up?" He's like, "Yo, tell me right now, like, did you? Because for the longest, I was like, "No, I didn't." Like, that whole day, I was like, "I didn't. They just talking shit, like, da 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 da. Like, I didn't chill with him, da da da." So then when I went over there, he was standing outside his building. He's like, "Tell me the truth. Did you go see that boy?" And you know what I did? Like, I turned around and, like, I made my eyes, like, I was, like, staring, like, into space so I could, like, kind of make myself cry. My city boys, y'all know this trick. I was making myself cry, and then I turned back around and I was like, "I'm sorry." I'm giving him this whole treatment. Let me tell y'all something though. When I tell y'all, I got the best ass that day, that night that I went over there and I did that show, like, crying. When I tell you I got the best ass, this is so toxic. It sounds even crazy to say, but when I tell you we had the best sex after I just cheated on him, it was crazy. It was just so fucking crazy. Like, it was just so toxic. And now I'm stuck in this toxic swirl of me not wanting to be with a guy, but I do want to be with him, but I don't. I know he's not good for me, but I still like him. But I'm cheating on him, but he's abusing me. Like, it was just a mess. Obviously, after that, we would just fight about everything. Like, I can't even remember everything that we kind of fought about, because it was just a mess. Like, we would just fight over everything. And I just remember the epiphany that I had for me, and this is how I, like, kind of got out of the situation. I looked in the mirror one day and I swear to God, y'all, like God struck me dead. I didn't even know what I was looking at. Like I looked in the mirror and kind of gagged. Like I felt like my eyes were getting sunken in. My skin texture didn't look the same. I just felt like, I don't know, this may have been in my head, but I just felt like my hair was thinning. Like, and I remember this day so vividly. Like I remember looking in the mirror and just being like, what am I like? This is me. This is how I'm looking. I have to go. Like, this relationship is too toxic. This man is too abusive. He's verbally abusive on a daily. He's mentally abusive. He makes me feel insecure. I was doing nothing but smoking weed. I stopped going to school for a whole semester. Like, it was crazy. Like, I just couldn't believe that me being this young, I'm living life like a 34-year-old fucking toxic woman from the Bronx. Like, so after I had that like kind of epiphany, I was like, this is not worth it anymore. Like, I'm looking smoked out. I'm looking crazy. I'm not doing nothing with myself. I'm sitting here chasing a boy and trying to maintain a relationship with a boy that I know isn't good for me. Like, I'm gonna be a loser bum. Like, if I don't get out of this situation, like, this man is literally gonna be the death of me. Like, it's really crazy. And it's so crazy because right after I left him is when I started YouTube. And then everything, like, kind of happened like that. And I just feel like one of the biggest blessings that God has given me was the insight to, like, kind of leave that situation, because he was just so bad for me. But I honestly, I know I'm talking, like, I don't want to say I'm talking shit about him. This is just my experience. But I honestly do want to have a conversation with him one day. Like, maybe after this whole quarantine shit is over. Maybe, like, treat him to, like, dinner or something. And kind of get the closure I need. Because I feel like I never got the closure when it came to, like, you know, we kind of talked through voice notes a little bit. But even that was still, like, a little back and forth. It didn't go nowhere. We still cool. Like, we don't have beef. Like, it's not beef or whatever. Like, I mean, we're not cool. Let me not say that. We just, like, it is what it is. But I do want to, like, kind of pick his brain and see where he was at and where I was at, and kind of, like, get his rationalism. Because on my end, like, he was, like, bad to me. Like, for real. But anyway, so this situation happened where I had him on my phone bill. I know. Call me stupid. I know. I had him on my phone bill, and I was at work, and I remember I wanted to upgrade my phone, so I went to Sprint during my break at work. I was closing. The lady at the Sprint store was just like, oh, you know, okay, we could upgrade your phone, but the phone lines are going to be down for an hour, so we could finish your upgrade. I don't know why they did that, but both my phone and his phone will be off for an hour. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's just an hour, whatever. I'm going to get my upgrade. It don't matter. Boom, 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 boom. So I get back to work, and I'm working, and my coworker comes up to me and is like, yo, you need to answer the phone because your boyfriend is on the line and he's going off. So not only are you toxic with me, you just making it apparent to everybody that you just this toxic person. I was just so embarrassed. So he's like, what the fuck? You giving my phone to another guy? I know you giving my phone to another guy. Like, pa 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 pa. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to explain it to him, and I'm like, I had to shut the phone off because I'm getting an upgrade, blah, blah. He like, I don't want to fucking hear it. Bring me my beats. I had borrowed his beat headphones that day. He was like, bring me my beats. Ah, da, 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 da. Mind you, he worked in Harlem. I'm closing in Green Acres Mall. That's almost Long Island, which is Long Island. And he works in Harlem. And I'm closing, meaning the trains are going to take like 45 minutes to an hour to run. So I ended up getting to Harlem at like 2 o'clock. And after that phone conversation, it was just like, I'm done. Like, I literally hung up the phone. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go give him his headphones. And I'm going to be done. Like, it was, I actually was excited, bitch. Like, it was like if I was about to go fucking cash in my lottery ticket. Like, I'm just smiling. Like, I'm just so happy. I'm like, I'm done. I cannot wait to be done with this. Oh my God. So I got in on a bus, an hour bus ride, then like a 2-hour train ride. I finally get to Harlem, and he worked overnight as a security guard. So he came out. I gave him his headphones, and that was the last time I seen him. Like, the last time I seen him. Now, I'm not gonna front. Me and him had a conversation maybe like a week or two after that, because, you know, when you just break up with somebody and, you know, it's not that easy. Like, I was definitely happy. You know what it was? I didn't want to be with him anymore, but I still wanted to sleep with him. And I know that sounds so bad, but it's just like, and this is another thing I want to tell some of my ladies. Like, stop putting value in a nigga still sleeping with you, but having a girlfriend. Like, your ex. Like, these niggas don't want to build with you. Yeah, they want to fuck you because they feel like they can, but that don't mean nothing. Baby mamas, y'all need to stop. Like, it's more so for my baby mamas. Like, y'all need to stop. Like, oh, well, he would still fuck me. Oh, he still be coming over. And he still... So, bitch, yeah, he fuck you. So what? But do he want to get to know you? Do he want to get to know the person you are now? Do he care that you eat? Do he feed you? Do he talk to you on the phone? Do he care about your feelings? No. So, stop. Stop it, because y'all look real stupid and desperate. So, you know, we had our little like on and off until we really stopped talking. It was just a very manipulative situation. He felt obligated if I didn't do things for him. Arguments will be made over literally nothing. I shared some experiences with you guys just to give you guys some insight, but honestly, when you're in an abusive relationship, every day it's something, and I literally can't sit here and tell you guys about every day, because one, it was so long ago, and two, it just happened so fast. You just remember the like prominent stuff that's in your memory and in your brain. I don't know what advice I would give to anybody who's in an abusive relationship, because I just feel like experience is the best teacher. For me, I know that it was a time that I looked in the mirror and realized, like, where is this going? Like, where is my life going? What is the end goal? Like, so maybe, like, I guess my advice would be like to sit down and really like evaluate your whole life and how this person isn't, you know, contributing to your happiness. You know, for me, they weren't contributing to my happiness, so I cheated. Again, I also was young, but I cheated, and you know, I kept coming back for some weird reason. It was really crazy, but I just had to like look at myself and realize, like, yo, like, this is never gonna end until I put it to an end. Like, a toxic person loves being toxic. They love being around toxic people. Misery loves company. They love to be in that twilight zone with somebody else, and it takes a lot of courage to decide that you're not going to entertain this no more, especially with, it's different with between family members and friends, but with a person that you're sleeping with and you're intimate with, it's 10 times harder. So like I said, just evaluate your life, just look at yourself and realize that you are worth it, you are beautiful, and this person isn't. This person is not worth you. They don't deserve you. You deserve so much better. And it's so crazy because right after I left him, you know, I went back to school. I started doing YouTube. My career like started taking off, and it's just so crazy how I've seen the fruits of my labor since. Now, like I said before, I wouldn't be opposed to talking to him, because I just feel like, you know, I don't have no resentment anymore. I did for a long time. I haven't been in a relationship since, and that was maybe like 4 years ago. And it's like, okay, now I'm ready to like sit down, get the closure I need, and like be okay with him. Like, not be so mad anymore, and not be so like, you ruined my dating life for me. Because honestly, I feel like I'm scorned. This is why so the effects that I've had out after the relationship is I'm very like low tolerance with bullshit, and I feel like with relationships, it's never gonna be perfect. You're gonna go through things where you guys fight, you guys argue, it's gonna be petty, you're gonna go through those times. But since I had that situation for like the 8 months that we were together, any little inkling that I get of negativity, I shut a person out. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to argue. I don't want to talk to you. And that's why I feel like I've been single for so long. It's so crazy that I feel like in relationships, you have to tolerate some sort of bullshit. I'm not that person for that. And that's why I feel like I'm going to be single for another 4 years, because I am not tolerating no bullshit. But I think if I do have a conversation with him and we get like a little closure and I'm okay with him, I don't know, maybe that will help. Maybe that will help, because I'm just holding on to like anytime a guy that I'm dating gives me any kind of negativity, I revert it back to the extreme of like him abusing me. And it's like I promise myself I'm never going through that ever again. And you know, I mean, it's life. It'll probably happen. I doubt it though. I really doubt it. But if it happens, it happens because it's life. But I promised myself, like, I'm gonna be more responsible and take the signs instead of ignoring them like I did with him. And making my responsibility to not be in a toxic, abusive relationship. But like I said, it's very hard to distinguish that, especially with me, because I shut everything out. Like any little negativity, oh, what the fuck, don't make me come over there and click. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said before, this wasn't like a super crazy, like abusive, like I have black and blues and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be that. And I want to let people know that if they can relate to my situation in any kind of way, that your story matters and you are in an abusive relationship. Don't let a guy downplay it. Oh, well, I'm not beating the shit out of you. So what? You don't have to be beating the shit out of me to abuse me. Like, and then for me, it's like, that's something he would say to me, like, I'm not beating the shit out of you. Yeah, because you can't beat the shit out of me because you know I don't go for that. But it's still abuse. You're still verbally, mentally, and you already physically abused me a couple times. I told y'all about one, but it was a couple, but I'm not going to go into detail about it because this video will be like an hour and a half long. But like I said, your story matters, you matter, you're worth it, and leave that nigga, sis. He's not worth it. He's not worth you. You have so much more waiting for you outside of this toxic swirl that you in. But I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and the bell to get post notifications for whenever I post. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.